Hello, we are now going to start looking for passwords. Um, so what we want to do is we want to see if we are able, to copy and paste, to copy and move to another location the same and also system files. And the same, or SAM, is the security account manager, and this basically hosts the user passwords, and they are stored in a hashed format. Either has a LM hash or has a NTLM hash. You're going to run into a lot of servers that have NTLM, and not many of them are going to have the LM hash. And they can be found in the system root, System32 config folder, and same and the system are going to be in there. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and go into the C. You want to go into Windows. You want to go into System 32. Then you want to go into the config folder. And here it is. This same file contains basically like I said, it's a security account manager, and it stores all the user passwords in a hashed format, either LM format, hash format, or NTLM hash format. And if we have access to it, if you are an admin access, and if we have access to the same, you want to go ahead and move it to like a Kali Linux or a Parrot OS system. You want to move the same, and also you want to move the system. And then what you're going to do is you want to use the same dump and you want to combine the two files into one. And then after that, you're going to be able to crack. See if you're able to crack it with a rack.u passwords, and you can try that. That's something that you could try. If it contains a lot of passwords, you might be able to find some good usable passwords in there. So that is something to be on the lookout for. Also, you can check if you have if we have access to copy this. You can see that only the admin have access to this one. Let's take a look at this. There's a backup in here as well. See if we have access to this. You see that student one has access to it, so I have access to copy this, and this one is a backup of the same file over here. But there's nothing for the system, so that will not really work, because you want to copy both the system as well as the same, and you then are going to combine it, like I said before, with the same dump2 system and same, and you want to combine both of them, and then you are going to be able to crack it with John the Ripper, using a Parrot OS or any Linux that is running John the Ripper. Okay, and then after that, if you don't find any usable information, what you want to do is, this is I'm running this one as the admin. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, this one in here is now the admin account. This one is student one account over here. So that's where we want to do this video. So the first one that you want to do is, if you don't have access to the same or the system file, what you want to do is you want to search for file contents. And one of the ones that I really like to do is to just search for in what we're going to do, this is going to do is it's going to go in the C, right, and it's going to look for password, something that says password inside that XML files, that init file, or that text files. And you are going to get probably a lot of results. You can see in here that it found WinPeas and JOS.enum, and that's because those are scripts that we use to find passwords too. But since these two files contain the word password in it, and it is a .text file, that's why we were able to find that. Let's see if we find anything else. And I like this one better because it doesn't provide you with the content of it. Because it provides you with the content of all of this, it is going to give you a lot of stuff in this command prompt, right? And it could be you could be overwhelmed easily. What this one does, it just gives you the the name of the file that contains the letter or the word password in it. That's what the command does. It just goes in there and gives you basically the file name that contains the word password in it. Okay, and if you want to go ahead and take a look, you can see the Python I used, probably nothing in here, but I mean, you can check for all of this. One that caught my eye was this one in here, user.txt. You can see that this user.txt. We can go ahead and take a look at it, and it is in the C drive, users, and it is in the user.txt, this one in here. So you can see right here, it looks like somebody's saving the admin password, and then it looks like it's encrypted somehow. And this one looks like it is a base 64. So let's go ahead and copy this. Let's go ahead and open Google Chrome, and we can do base decode base 64, an online decoder. And if you paste it in here, decode, that's going to give you the clear text right now, and the password for that is password 123. We can go ahead and try that real quick. If you go into the command prompt, or actually let's go ahead and just open the command prompt, run as a different user, and let's just go ahead and run this as administrator and see if password 123 works. And there we go. I have admin access because I was able to find a file that contained a password, even though it was encrypted, right, or hashed in base 64, which is really easy to decrypt. We were able to figure out that the actual password for it is password 123, and that way we got admin access. You can see who am I, priv, I got everything, who am I, groups, and you can see that we are part of the whereas a built-in administrator. So we are a admin. So we were able to decrypt that password, and we were able to gain access to it. Okay. What other commands? Let's go ahead and just use PowerShell, because PowerShell, like I said before, it can run either a PowerShell script, and it can also run the command prompt as well. So for the next one is that it's going to basically look for the word password in any files that contain XML, .init, .text, and .config. And the issue with this one, as you can see, is that it actually opens the the file and the content of it, and it is really it could be really overwhelmed. That's why I like to do the one that I did previously. Let's go ahead and clear these out. That I did previously, which is this one right here, which is just a CD, a change directory. And what that does is that it gives you the actual file, and it doesn't open the file and look at the content. It just looks for the file, and then you can open it on your own, because it's more, it looks better on your eyes, believe me. And if you want to search for a file with a certain file name, you can certainly use this command over here, and this one will work really nice. Another one that I like to use is the where command. So this one, it doesn't accept. Okay, so this one, let's see if this one runs from CMD. There we go. So this one, it worked for some reason. It didn't work for PowerShell, but it is working for the command prompt. And as you can see, it found that user.txt, which is this one in here. And if we do type, you can see that the admin password is this one over here, and that's the one that we found previously before. And we were able, because this one was a base 64, we were able to decrypt that. And you know, if you wanna you can even do a search for, actually search for just user and see what it finds. You can see that we have a user.exe, and it's going to find anything that contains user and not just user.txt. So it will find user.exe, user.init, anything that contains user, it is going to find, and it's going to display for you. And other things that you can look for is, like, you can search for key names and passwords in the register key. let's see if this one works in PowerShell. That one. So like I said, this one is going to search for the registry for key names and passwords. And as you can see right here, let's see if we find anything interesting in here. It's probably going to give you a lot of stuff, as you can see. So I mean, if you find something interesting, you can go ahead and take a look at it, because sometimes you can find just clear text password in those registry keys. So that's something that you could do, and I'm going to provide you guys with a it's going to be a file for almost for every video. I'm going to have a file that contains all the commands that I'm running, and also more commands that you could run on your own as well. So this is it for this video. Just go ahead and take a look at the file that it is attached to this video, and you can take a look at all the commands that you can look for, because you can look for like IIS web config that could potentially have password in there, username, and you know, a lot of good stuff in there. You can also search for like Wi-Fi password. You can look in the sticky notes and see if there's a password in there. You can also look for information in PuTTY, if PuTTY is installed in this server, or WinCP or FileZilla. Sometimes those you can use the session buffer in there, which I'm also adding that into that text file that you can use, and you can try it on your own, because if I keep going, you can search for passwords almost everywhere.